If you've only seen the movies, this question comes up naturally. Why did Hermione fall in love with Ron? Their romance can feel random or simply like a matter of habit. But in the books, it's very different. Because Book Ron is a character the films almost never showed. In the adaptations, Ron is mostly used as comic relief. He's constantly eating, making sarcastic remarks, misunderstanding obvious things. In many scenes, Harry and Hermione discuss serious matters and make plans, while Ron stays in the background, funny but seemingly uninvolved. At the same time, Hermione was changed as well. In the films, she's almost flawless, brilliant, brave, always right. But in the books, Hermione is human. She doubts herself, makes mistakes, and needs support. Many of Ron's lines, the ones that showed his courage, loyalty, and deep sense of friendship, were given to Hermione instead. Ron is far from perfect. He argues, gets jealous, feels fear, and makes mistakes. And that's exactly what makes him real. He's the only one of the trio who grew up in a wizarding family and lived in the magical world from birth. That's why, for Harry, Ron becomes a guide into this reality. A clear example is the mudblood scene. In the book, Ron fiercely defends Hermione and explains to Harry how cruel that word truly is. In the film, Hermione explains it herself, which raises an obvious question. How would a Muggle-born girl know this? Or take the Chamber of Secrets, when Harry and Ron go to Aragog's lair. Yes, Ron is terrified of spiders, but he goes anyway, not for heroism, but for friendship. The films turn this moment into near farce, losing the most important part, his choice. In Prisoner of Azkaban, the distortion becomes even clearer. In the book, it's Ron, with a broken leg, who stands between Sirius and his friends and says, "If you want to kill Harry, you'll have to kill us too." In the film, this moment is shifted away, and Ron fades into the background once again. But the most powerful example is the Malfoy Manor scene in Deathly Hallows. While Bellatrix tortures Hermione, the film barely shows Ron. He looks tense but restrained, and the emotional weight is lost. In the book, it's devastating. Ron screams her name, struggles, tries to break free. He can't help her, and that helplessness destroys him. This isn't weakness or hysteria. It's the unbearable fear of losing someone you love. This moment matters because it shows something essential. Ron is not cold or indifferent. He feels too deeply, and that's what the films took away from him. Even Ron leaving Harry and Hermione in Deathly Hallows feels shallow on screen. In the book, he doubts, he's afraid, and he comes back, owning his mistake and taking responsibility. In the films, Ron barely changes. Next to Harry and Hermione, he seems immature and flat. But in the books, Ron grows. He learns, fails, and corrects himself. Hermione doesn't need a perfect hero. She needs an equal. Ron is the only one who isn't afraid to argue with her, doesn't put her on a pedestal, sees not only her intelligence but her emotions. He doesn't admire her from a distance. He lives beside her. And Ron is the first to respond not to her brilliance, but to her pain, exhaustion, and fear. "Are you okay?" are some of his most frequent words in the books. In the films, their feelings feel abrupt. Jealousy, awkward pauses, a sudden kiss. But in the books, everything builds gradually. Small moments of care, shared fear, and shared survival lead them there. Hermione doesn't fall in love with Ron because he became better. She falls in love with him because he was always there, even when he was imperfect. The film stripped Ron of his emotional depth, initiative, and strategic mind. And that's why his relationship with Hermione feels unbalanced on screen. Hermione chose Ron not because he was the smartest or the bravest. She chose him because with him, she could be human, not perfect. Ron feels deeply, makes honest mistakes, and always comes back when he knows he was wrong. He doesn't admire Hermione from afar. He walks beside her, argues with her, protects her, and feels with her. In the books, their love isn't a sudden spark. It's years of shared life, fear, choice, and loyalty. And that version of Ron, real, vulnerable, and equal, is the one the films never truly showed.